20 old daily jobs that have faded into history. Ever wonder who woke people up before alarm clocks or how movies got to the big screen? Join us as we explore vanished jobs from the digital age, like teletype operators and switchboard attendants. Get ready for a nostalgic journey highlighting the human touch behind today's conveniences. Telegraph operators. In the era before telephones and the internet revolutionized communication, a skilled profession held the key to connecting people and disseminating information across vast distances: the telegraph operator. These individuals, masters of Morse code, were the linchpins of a global communication network that spanned continents and oceans, transmitting messages via electrical signals with remarkable speed and accuracy. Imagine a time when the telegraph office was the bustling hub of communication, where telegraph operators, their fingers dancing across telegraph keys, translated messages into the dots and dashes of Morse code, sending and receiving information that shaped the course of events, from business transactions to news reports to personal correspondence. From the mid-19th to the early 20th centuries, telegraph operators were indispensable figures in news organizations, railroad stations, and government offices, their skills critical for disseminating news, coordinating transportation, and facilitating communication across vast distances. But as technology advanced, the telephone emerged as a more convenient and versatile means of communication, and the telegraph gradually faded into obsolescence. Gas station attendants. Remember the days when filling up your gas tank felt like a personalized service, a moment of connection during a long road trip? In the golden age of automobiles, gas station attendants were more than just fuel providers. They were roadside companions, offering a touch of personalized care and ensuring your journey was smooth and enjoyable. Picture pulling into a station and being greeted by a friendly face, ready to not only fill your tank, but also clean your windshield, check your oil, and maybe even share a friendly chat about the weather or your destination. These attendants, equipped with tool belts and genuine smiles, were as much a part of the travel experience as the open road itself, a comforting presence in the mid-20th century landscape. But as the concept of self-service gained traction, these roadside guardians gradually disappeared, transforming full service into a nostalgic luxury reserved for a select few. Milkman. In the not-so-distant past, a familiar figure graced neighborhood streets in the early morning hours, bringing a touch of personal service and a sense of community. The milkman. From the 1920s through the 1970s, the milkman's arrival, accompanied by the gentle clinking of glass bottles and a warm greeting, was a cornerstone of daily routines, providing doorstep access to essential dairy products like milk, butter, and cream. This daily ritual, a symbol of a close-knit community and a simpler time, has gradually been replaced by the convenience of supermarket shopping, where vast aisles and endless choices have become the norm. The milkman's cheerful presence and the anticipation of fresh deliveries are now fond memories, a nostalgic reminder of an era when personal connection and personalized service were woven into the fabric of daily life. This transition, from the intimacy of doorstep deliveries to the anonymity of supermarket aisles, reflects a broader shift in societal values, where efficiency and mass production have often taken precedence over personalized service and community interaction. Ice delivery men. Imagine a time before refrigerators hummed in every kitchen, when staying cool during the scorching summer months relied on a remarkable figure: the ice delivery man. From the early 1900s to the mid-1950s, these individuals were essential figures in communities, bringing literal coolness to homes and businesses struggling with the heat. Their arrival, often heralded by the sound of horse-drawn wagons or rumbling trucks, was a welcome sight, offering relief from the swelter and a way to preserve perishable foods. Picture these strong men, maneuvering massive blocks of ice with practiced ease, their service as vital as electricity or running water in today's world. But with the advent of electric refrigerators, the ice delivery man's role began to diminish, their once essential service fading into the background of history. The Knife Sharpeners. In a time before disposable cutlery and mass-produced kitchen gadgets, a familiar sound echoed through neighborhoods, signaling the arrival of a vital craftsman, the knife sharpener. With a distinctive ringing bell and a portable grinding wheel, these skilled individuals were the unsung heroes of kitchens and workshops, ensuring that every blade was honed to perfection. Up until the late 1960s, their services were indispensable, guaranteeing clean cuts and effortless slicing in a time when sharp tools were essential for daily tasks. But as the rise of prepackaged goods and disposable utensils redefined convenience, the demand for these traveling sharpeners gradually declined. The familiar ring of their bell and the satisfying sensation of a freshly sharpened blade are now nostalgic memories, replaced by a world where convenience often overshadows the artistry of traditional crafts. Have you ever tried your hand at any of the jobs I mentioned? Feel free to share your interesting experiences with us. Elevator operators. Before the ubiquitous automated elevators of today, a human touch guided our vertical journeys in towering buildings, the elevator operator. From the early 1900s through the disco-infused 1970s, these individuals were more than just button pushers. They were skilled conductors of these vertical voyages, expertly navigating manual lifts and ensuring a smooth and pleasant ride for passengers. Imagine stepping into an elevator and being greeted by a friendly operator, ready to engage in a brief, pleasant conversation as they skillfully maneuvered the elevator to your desired floor. These interactions added a touch of warmth and personality to what could otherwise be an impersonal experience, transforming a simple elevator ride into a momentary social connection. But as technology advanced, automated elevators became the norm, and these genial guides of the vertical realm gracefully stepped aside. Their absence left us with a silent, solitary ritual of button pushing, devoid of the human interaction that once characterized elevator travel. Soda jerks. In the vibrant tapestry of Americana, a figure once reigned supreme behind the counters of mom-and-pop shops, the soda jerk. From the roaring 20s through the space-age 60s, these flamboyant masters of the soda fountain weren't just dispensing beverages, they were crafting liquid joy, orchestrating a symphony of flavors with theatrical flair. Imagine stepping into a bustling soda fountain where the air crackled with laughter and the clinking of glasses, and the soda jerk, a charismatic showman, held court. Their nimble fingers danced across the counter, juggling bottles, whisking up frothy concoctions, and creating creamy delights that tantalized taste buds and lifted spirits. These soda fountains were the vibrant hubs of communities, places where friends gathered, gossip was exchanged, and the soda jerk's effervescent personality added a touch of magic to the everyday. But as the era of fast food and pre-packaged drinks dawned, the soda jerk and their handcrafted artistry gradually faded from the scene. Blacksmiths. Long before the age of mass production and automated factories, the rhythmic clang of hammer against metal echoed from the workshops of blacksmiths, the original artisans of iron. These skilled craftspeople, wielding fire and force, transformed raw metal into essential tools, sturdy horseshoes, and countless other necessities that shaped daily life. Imagine their forges, glowing havens of heat and handiwork, where the rhythmic pounding of hammers created a symphony of progress that resonated through communities until the mid-20th century. Each blacksmith's workshop was a testament to human ingenuity and the power of skilled hands to shape the world around them. But as technology advanced and industrialization took hold, the blacksmith's trade gradually shifted from an everyday necessity to a specialized craft, often relegated to the realm of historical reenactment and artistic expression. The warm glow of the forge and the mesmerizing rhythm of hammer blows now evoke a sense of nostalgia, a reminder of a time when every creation was imbued with the passion and skill of the individual blacksmith. The Film Projectionists. In the golden age of cinema, before the advent of digital projection, a dedicated figure played a crucial role in bringing the magic of movies to life: the film projectionist. These skilled individuals, often hidden away in their dimly lit booths high above the audience, were the unsung heroes of the silver screen, expertly maneuvering massive film reels to ensure a seamless and captivating viewing experience. From the early 1900s until the late 20th century, their presence was as essential to the cinematic experience as the actors on the screen. Their skillful manipulation of light and film, creating a symphony of images that transported audiences to faraway lands and captivating stories. But as technology advanced, digital projectors replaced the intricate mechanics of film reels, and the projectionist's role transformed, becoming more akin to a technician overseeing a digital process. The familiar whirring of the projector and the mesmerizing dance of light through celluloid have faded into memory, replaced by the crisp precision of digital images. The projectionist's touch, once an integral part of the movie-going experience, has become a nostalgic echo, much like a cherished black-and-white classic, reminding us of a time when the magic of cinema was interwoven with the artistry of human hands and the warmth of analog technology. Newsboys. In the bustling streets of yesteryear, a familiar cry pierced the early morning air, signaling the arrival of the newsboy, a ubiquitous figure who embodied the pulse of urban life. From the dawn of the 20th century through the vibrant 1970s, their voices, echoing "Extra, extra, read all about it," formed the rhythmic soundtrack of cities and towns, a symphony of urgency and information. Picture these young entrepreneurs, clutching stacks of newspapers under their arms, weaving through crowds, their voices carrying news of world events, local happenings, and everything in between. They were more than just delivery boys. They were symbols of a connected world, bringing global events to doorsteps and street corners, long before the age of instant news alerts and social media feeds. But as technology advanced and news transitioned from print to pixels, the iconic role of the newsboy gradually diminished, their once vibrant calls fading into nostalgic whispers. Their legacy, however, endures as a reminder of a time when news was a tangible experience, something to be held in your hands, shared with neighbors, and savored over a morning coffee. Please comment 1 to let me know you'll be watching this video until the end. Switchboard Operators. In the vibrant tapestry of telecommunications history, a figure once played a crucial role in connecting voices and fostering human connection: the switchboard operator. From the jazz-infused era of the early 20th century through the rock and roll revolution of the mid-1900s, these skilled individuals were the human hubs of communication networks, deftly navigating a complex web of plugs and wires to connect callers across cities and continents. Imagine bustling switchboard rooms, alive with the sounds of ringing phones and the rhythmic click-clack of operators connecting calls, their voices providing a warm and personal touch to every conversation. These operators were more than just facilitators of communication. They were integral members of their communities, often privy to local news, personal stories, and the everyday lives of those they connected. But as technology advanced, automated systems gradually replaced these human hubs, transforming bustling switchboard rooms into quiet relics of a bygone era. Knocker-uppers. In a time before the ubiquitous alarm clock became a fixture in every bedroom, a unique profession ensured that people woke up on time. the knocker-upper. These dedicated individuals, often armed with long sticks or pea-shooters, roamed the streets of towns and cities in the early morning hours, gently rapping on windows to rouse sleepers from their slumber. Imagine a world where your wake-up call wasn't a jarring alarm, but the gentle tap of a knocker-upper, a personalized service that catered especially to shift workers and those who relied on external cues to begin their day. Up until the 1940s, this profession was as essential as a morning cup of coffee, ensuring that factories hummed, shops opened, and daily life commenced on schedule. But as alarm clocks became more affordable and accessible, the charming role of the knocker-upper gradually faded into obscurity. Lamplighter. Before the advent of electric streetlights, urban areas were bathed in the warm glow of gas lamps, carefully tended to by a dedicated figure, the lamplighter. These individuals, often seen at dusk and dawn, were responsible for illuminating city streets, creating a sense of safety and ambiance as darkness descended. Imagine a time when the streets were not ablaze with electric light, but flickered with the soft glow of gas lamps, each one meticulously lit by a lamplighter, using a long pole with a flame at the end. From the 18th to the early 20th centuries, lamplighters were an integral part of urban life, not only illuminating the streets, but also performing essential maintenance tasks like cleaning glass panes and ensuring the proper flow of gas. Their presence added a touch of human warmth and care to the urban landscape, their nightly rounds a comforting ritual that marked the transition from day to night. But as technology advanced and electric lighting became widespread, the role of the lamplighter gradually diminished, eventually becoming obsolete. Chimney sweep. In the annals of history, a profession stands out for its vital role in maintaining the safety and warmth of homes, yet also for its grim association with child labor and perilous working conditions. The chimney sweep. Dating back to 16th century England and reaching its peak during the Industrial Revolution, chimney sweeps played a crucial role in preventing chimney fires and ensuring proper ventilation by removing soot and debris that accumulated from burning wood and coal. Imagine a time when homes were heated by fireplaces and chimneys were the lifelines of warmth, and the chimney sweep, often a young boy small enough to navigate the narrow passages, was a familiar sight, his soot-covered face a testament to the harsh realities of his trade. The job was fraught with danger, from the risk of falls and getting stuck in narrow flues to the long-term health consequences of inhaling soot and dust. Thankfully, advancements in heating systems and stricter labor laws have rendered this profession largely obsolete in its traditional form, though chimney sweeps still exist today, albeit in a more regulated and safety-conscious environment. Water carrier. In a time before indoor plumbing became ubiquitous, a vital figure ensured that communities had access to the most essential of resources, the water carrier. Dating back to ancient civilizations and remaining crucial in many parts of the world until the early 20th century, these individuals were the lifeblood of their communities, transporting water from public sources to homes and businesses, ensuring hydration, sanitation, and the smooth functioning of daily life. Imagine a time when water wasn't readily available at the turn of a tap, but relied on the dedicated efforts of water carriers who traversed streets and alleyways, their shoulders burdened with clay pots, buckets, or animal-drawn carts filled with this precious commodity. Their role extended beyond mere delivery. They were often social connectors, sharing news and gossip as they made their rounds, becoming integral members of the communities they served. But as technology advanced and centralized water systems became the norm, the water carrier's profession gradually declined, marking a significant shift in urban infrastructure and daily life. Which job left the deepest impression on you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Daguerreotype photographer. In the nascent days of photography, when capturing a moment in time was a complex and intricate process, a specialized profession emerged, the daguerreotype photographer. These pioneers of the photographic arts embraced the daguerreotype, the first commercially successful photographic process, invented by Louis Daguerre in 1839. Imagine a time when photography was a novel and awe-inspiring art form, and the daguerreotype studio was a place of wonder and excitement. Daguerreotype photographers were masters of their craft, meticulously polishing silver-plated copper sheets, treating them with chemicals, exposing them in a camera, and developing the latent image with mercury vapor. The result was a unique, one-of-a-kind image, prized for its detail and clarity. Daguerreotype studios flourished in the 1840s and 1850s, capturing portraits, landscapes, and historical events, providing a glimpse into a world before the ubiquity of photography. But as technology advanced, newer, easier, and more affordable photographic processes emerged, particularly the collodion process in the 1850s, and the daguerreotype gradually faded into obscurity. Video store clerk. Before the age of streaming services and on-demand entertainment, a familiar figure reigned supreme in the realm of home movie viewing, the video store clerk. From the late 1970s to the early 2000s, these knowledgeable individuals presided over video rental stores, havens of entertainment where shelves overflowed with VHS tapes and later DVDs. Imagine a time when choosing a movie for a Friday night involved browsing the aisles of a video store, seeking guidance from the resident film expert, the video store clerk. These clerks were more than just cashiers. They were passionate cinephiles, often possessing an encyclopedic knowledge of film genres, directors and actors, ready to offer recommendations, engage in discussions about favorite movies, and guide customers through the vast landscape of cinematic offerings. The video store clerk became a cultural icon of their era, a symbol of a time when choosing a movie was a social experience, a chance to connect with fellow film enthusiasts and discover hidden gems. But as technology advanced and the digital revolution swept through the entertainment industry, DVD by mail services and streaming platforms emerged, offering convenience and instant access to vast libraries of movies. The video store, once a bustling hub of entertainment, gradually faded into obsolescence, and with it, the role of the video store clerk. Rat catcher. From the Middle Ages through the early 20th century, these individuals were the frontline warriors in the battle against vermin infestations that plagued cities and towns, posing a significant threat to public health. Imagine a time when rats roamed freely through urban streets and dwellings, spreading disease and contaminating food supplies. And the rat catcher, armed with traps, poisons, and sometimes even trained animals like dogs or ferrets, was a familiar and often feared figure. Their work was particularly crucial during outbreaks of the bubonic plague, as rats were known to carry the fleas that transmitted the deadly disease. Rat catchers were not only skilled exterminators, but also keen observers of rodent behavior, developing strategies to control populations and mitigate the spread of disease. As scientific understanding of disease transmission advanced and more effective pest control methods emerged, the profession of rat catching gradually evolved into the modern pest control industry we know today. Matchstick Makers. In the 19th century, matchstick making became a significant industry, employing countless workers, often women and children, who toiled in hazardous conditions for meager wages. Imagine dimly lit factories filled with the acrid smell of chemicals, where nimble fingers dipped matchsticks into toxic substances like white phosphorus, unaware of the devastating health consequences that awaited them. One of the most significant events in the history of labor rights unfolded in 1888, when the Matchstick Girls of London staged a historic strike, protesting against the appalling working conditions and the devastating effects of white phosphorus exposure, which caused a horrific condition known as phosphy jaw, a painful and disfiguring disease. These courageous women, risking their livelihoods and facing societal disapproval, brought the plight of matchstick workers to the forefront, sparking public outrage and demanding change. Their brave actions ultimately led to improvements in labor laws, including the banning of white phosphorus in match production, and set a precedent for worker advocacy and the fight for safer working conditions. Carriage drivers. These individuals were the quintessential urban navigators, expertly maneuvering their carriages through bustling streets, transporting passengers and goods, and forming a vital part of the urban transportation network. Imagine a time when the clip-clop of horses' hooves and the rumble of carriage wheels provided the soundtrack of city life, and the carriage driver, with their knowledge of intricate city routes and their ability to handle horses with finesse, was an indispensable figure. From the wealthy elite to everyday citizens, carriage drivers provided a vital service, connecting people to their destinations, facilitating trade and commerce, and shaping the social fabric of urban life. But as the 20th century dawned and the automobile revolutionized transportation, the demand for carriage drivers dwindled, and their once ubiquitous presence on city streets gradually faded. Many carriage drivers adapted to the changing times, transitioning to driving motor vehicles or seeking new forms of employment. Hand-painted billboard artists. Before the ubiquitous digital billboards of today, a unique breed of artists graced our roadways, transforming towering blank canvases into vibrant works of art, the hand-painted billboard artists. These skilled individuals, often working at dizzying heights, wielded brushes and paint with the finesse of master muralists, turning advertisements into eye-catching spectacles that punctuated cityscapes and highways. Imagine the 1980s, a time when billboards weren't just digital displays, but hand-painted masterpieces, each stroke a testament to the artist's skill and creativity. Their creations were more than just advertisements. They were landmarks, adding splashes of color and personality to the urban landscape, capturing the attention of passers-by and leaving a lasting impression. But as technology advanced, digital printing emerged as a faster, more efficient alternative, and the hand-painted billboard gradually faded into the background. Typewriter repair technician. In the era when typewriters reigned supreme as the essential tool of communication and documentation, a specialized profession emerged to ensure their smooth operation: the typewriter repair technician. These skilled individuals possessed an intimate knowledge of the intricate mechanisms that powered these mechanical marvels, from the manual models of the late 19th century to the electric versions that gained popularity in the mid-20th century. Imagine a time when offices hummed with the rhythmic clatter of typewriter keys, and the typewriter repair technician was a familiar and indispensable figure, ensuring that these vital machines remained in perfect working order. Their expertise encompassed cleaning, lubricating, replacing worn parts, and meticulously adjusting the alignment of keys, ensuring that every document produced was crisp, clear, and error-free. But as the digital revolution swept through the workplace and personal computers replaced typewriters as the dominant tool for writing and communication, the demand for typewriter repair technicians dwindled. Their specialized skills, once in high demand, became less relevant in a world dominated by keyboards and screens. Log driver. In the annals of logging history, a legendary figure stands out for their bravery, skill, and intimate connection with the waterways that transported timber from forests to sawmills: the log driver. Also known as river pigs or river rats, these intrepid individuals were the unsung heroes of the lumber industry, particularly in North America and Scandinavia, from the 17th to the early 20th centuries. Imagine a time when rivers were the primary highways for transporting logs, and the log driver, with their agility, balance, and deep understanding of river currents, played a vital role in keeping the timber flowing. Picture them nimbly navigating treacherous waters, leaping from log to log, guiding the massive timbers downstream, and preventing potentially disastrous log jams. Their work was fraught with danger, requiring immense physical strength, unwavering focus, and a willingness to risk their lives in the face of unpredictable currents and treacherous log piles. As technology advanced and alternative methods of timber transportation emerged, the log driver's profession gradually faded into history. Leech collector. These individuals, also known as leech gatherers or leech finders, played a vital, albeit often gruesome, role in 19th century medicine, supplying the highly sought-after medicinal leeches used for bloodletting, a once common medical practice. Imagine a time when leeches were considered a crucial tool in the physician's arsenal, believed to cure a wide range of ailments by removing bad blood. Leech collectors, often women from impoverished rural areas, braved the murky depths of bogs and marshes, using their own bare legs as bait to attract these blood-sucking creatures. This hazardous practice exposed them to the elements, the risk of infections from repeated leech bites, and significant blood loss. Leech collecting was a seasonal occupation, as leeches were less active in colder months, and the meager income earned from selling leeches to medical practitioners barely provided a subsistence living. The demand for medicinal leeches peaked in the early 19th century, with millions being exported for medical use. However, overharvesting and habitat destruction led to a decline in leech populations, contributing to the eventual demise of the profession, particularly as medical practices evolved and bloodletting fell out of favor. Today, while leeches still find limited use in modern medicine for specific treatments, they are no longer harvested from the wild, and the leech collector's profession has become a relic of a bygone era. 20 mall stores you loved that no longer exist. Remember the iconic brands that shaped our 70s, 80s, and 90s shopping experiences? Malls were social hubs where memories were made. Join us as we revisit the beloved stores that filled our favorite malls and reflect on the ever-changing retail landscape. Kinney Shoes. Founded in 1894 in New York, Kinney Shoes expanded steadily, reaching a peak of 467 stores, showcasing its popularity and widespread appeal. However, like many traditional retailers, Kinney Shoes faced challenges adapting to a changing market and eventually closed all its stores in 1998. What makes the Kinney Shoes story particularly interesting is its connection to one of today's most recognizable athletic footwear giants, Foot Locker. In 1974, Kinney Shoes established Foot Locker as a separate retail division focused on athletic footwear and apparel. This strategic move proved to be a masterstroke, as Foot Locker thrived while its parent company struggled. Foot Locker quickly gained traction with consumers and ultimately outlived Kinney Shoes, evolving into a global powerhouse in the athletic footwear and apparel industry. The enduring success of Foot Locker demonstrates the importance of adapting to changing consumer preferences and embracing new retail models. Warner Brothers Studio Store. The Warner Brothers Studio Store, a retail concept reminiscent of the iconic Disney store, brought the magic of Warner Brothers' vast entertainment library to life for fans of all ages. Launching in 1991, the Studio Store quickly became a popular destination for those seeking merchandise featuring beloved characters like Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck from Looney Tunes, as well as superheroes from the DC Comics universe. The store also offered a wide array of products tied to various Warner Brothers films, catering to a broad range of interests. Interestingly, the Warner Brothers Studio Store and the Disney Store emerged as fierce rivals, vying for the attention and dollars of movie and cartoon enthusiasts. However, the studio store's run was relatively short-lived. By the end of 2001, all locations had closed their doors. Several factors likely contributed to this outcome, including challenges in competing with the well-established Disney store and shifts in the retail landscape. Gadzooks. Gadzooks, a popular teen clothing retailer that thrived in the mall scene, captured the hearts of young shoppers with its unique blend of trendy fashion and quirky style. Established in 1983 in Mesquite, Texas, Gadzooks quickly gained notoriety for its eye-catching t-shirts featuring bold graphics and slogans that resonated with the teenage demographic. One of the brand's signature elements was a Volkswagen Beetle car, sliced in half and strategically placed in stores, adding a touch of whimsy and visual appeal. Gadzooks' popularity soared, leading to a rapid expansion with over 400 stores across the country. However, the brand's trajectory took a turn in 2005 when it was acquired by Forever 21, another prominent fast fashion retailer. Forever 21 made the decision to shutter all Gadzooks locations, marking the end of an era for the once thriving brand. The Sharper Image. Established in 1977 as a catalog-based business specializing in jogging watches, the Sharper Image quickly expanded its horizons, curating a diverse collection of futuristic electronics, massage chairs, air purifiers, and other intriguing items that captured the imagination of tech enthusiasts and those seeking a more refined lifestyle. The company's success led to a significant expansion into brick-and-mortar retail, with 187 stores opening across 38 states. However, despite its innovative product selection and strong brand recognition, the Sharper Image faced financial difficulties in the late 2000s, leading to bankruptcy and the closure of all its physical stores in 2008. While this marked a significant turning point in the company's history, the Sharper Image adapted to the changing retail landscape and continues to operate as an online retailer, maintaining a presence through its website, catalog, and partnerships with third-party retailers. Though the experience of browsing the latest gadgets in person at a Sharper Image store is no longer possible, the brand perseveres by offering its unique product selection to a new generation of tech-savvy consumers through digital channels. Limited 2. Limited 2, a beloved destination for young fashionistas, holds a special place in the hearts of many who grew up in the late 1980s and throughout the 1990s. Launched in 1987 as a children's clothing store by The Limited 2 quickly became a phenomenon, capturing the hearts of young girls between the ages of 5 and 15 with its trendy apparel and accessories. The brand's vibrant stores, filled with colorful clothing and playful displays, created an immersive shopping experience that resonated with its target audience. At its peak, Limited 2 boasted over 600 stores across the country, a testament to its widespread popularity and appeal. However, as the retail landscape evolved and consumer preferences shifted, Limited 2's success began to wane in the late 2000s. Recognizing the need for change, the Limited decided to rebrand all Limited 2 stores as Justice between 2008 and 2010, aiming to appeal to a broader audience and stay relevant in the ever-competitive tween and teen fashion market. While the physical Limited 2 stores may be a thing of the past, the brand has experienced a revival in recent years through an online store and a presence on Amazon. This resurgence speaks to the enduring nostalgia for Limited 2 and its ability to evoke fond memories for those who grew up with the brand. Walden Books. Founded in 1933 in Bridgeport, Connecticut, Walden Books experienced remarkable growth, expanding to 250 locations within just 15 years, demonstrating its appeal and the growing demand for accessible bookstores. The company's trajectory took a significant turn when it was acquired by Kmart, a move that provided Walden Books with the resources and infrastructure to further expand its reach and solidify its position as a leading bookstore chain. In 1994, Walden Books underwent a major transformation when it merged with Brentano's and Borders to form the Borders Walden Group, a strategic move aimed at creating a bookselling powerhouse. At the time of the merger, Walden Books had an impressive presence with 1,216 stores across all 50 states, showcasing its widespread popularity and accessibility. Just a year later, the newly formed Borders Group regained its independence by buying back its stock, demonstrating its strength and ambition within the bookselling market. However, the dawn of the 21st century brought new challenges for Walden Books, as the rise of online booksellers and the growing popularity of e-readers began to reshape the bookselling landscape. In response to these shifts, many Walden Books locations were rebranded as Borders Express stores starting in 2004, reflecting a move towards smaller format stores and a greater emphasis on convenience. Despite these efforts, the Borders Group faced increasing financial difficulties and ultimately filed for liquidation in 2011, leading to the closure of all remaining Walden Books and Borders stores, marking the end of an era for these iconic bookstore brands. Merry-Go-Round. Merry-Go-Round, a prominent women's clothing retailer that thrived in the 1970s and 1980s, captured the hearts of fashion-conscious young women with its trendy apparel and ability to capitalize on the latest styles. The company's rapid expansion led to a network of nearly 1,000 stores at its peak, showcasing its widespread popularity and success in catering to the ever-evolving tastes of women aged 15 to 35. Merry-Go-Round's ability to identify and quickly adapt to emerging fashion trends was a key factor in its initial success, allowing it to stay ahead of the curve and offer customers the latest styles at affordable prices. In 1993, Merry-Go-Round made a bold move by acquiring Chess King, a men's clothing store, aiming to diversify its offerings and expand its customer base. However, this acquisition proved to be a misstep, as the company struggled to integrate Chess King into its operations and maintain its focus on its core women's apparel business. Behind the scenes, Merry-Go-Round was facing financial difficulties, and despite its outward appearance of success, the company's foundation was beginning to crumble. Just 1 year after the Chess King acquisition in 1994, Merry-Go-Round filed for bankruptcy, a stark reminder of the volatile nature of the retail industry and the challenges of adapting to changing market dynamics. By 1996, all of Merry-Go-Round's remaining stores, primarily located in shopping malls, were closed, marking the end of an era for the once thriving fashion retailer. Chess King. Founded in 1968, Chess King quickly gained popularity with its focus on trendy and fashionable apparel that catered to the style sensibilities of young men. By the mid-1980s, Chess King had expanded to an impressive network of over 500 stores, showcasing its widespread appeal and success in capturing a significant share of the men's clothing market. The brand became synonymous with iconic fashion items of the time, such as parachute pants, bomber jackets, and various trendy accessories that defined the 1980s aesthetic. Chess King's ability to stay ahead of the curve and offer the latest styles at affordable prices resonated with young men who embraced the bold and expressive fashion trends of the decade. The brand's popularity remained strong throughout the crazy 80s as it continued to adapt to the ever-evolving tastes of its target demographic. However, the retail landscape began to shift in the early 1990s as new competitors emerged and consumer preferences evolved. In 1993, Chess King was acquired by Merry-Go-Round, a women's clothing retailer that sought to expand its reach into the men's apparel market. Unfortunately, this acquisition proved to be ill-timed, as Merry-Go-Round itself faced financial difficulties and filed for bankruptcy shortly thereafter. Chess King's operations were subsequently absorbed into Merry-Go-Round's portfolio, and the brand's standalone stores were gradually phased out. In November 1995, Chess King ceased operations entirely, marking the end of an era for the once popular men's clothing retailer. Did your favorite mall store make the list? Share your memories and tell us which stores you missed the most in the comments below. Fashion Bug. Fashion Bug, a well-known name in the plus-size women's clothing market, held a prominent position in the retail landscape for many years, catering to a demographic that was often underserved by traditional apparel retailers. At its peak, Fashion Bug boasted an impressive network of over 1,000 stores across the United States, making it a readily accessible destination for plus-size women seeking fashionable and affordable clothing options. The brand's focus on providing a wide range of sizes and styles, along with its commitment to offering value and quality, resonated with its target audience and contributed to its widespread popularity. Fashion Bug was part of Charming Shops, a retail conglomerate that also owned other prominent plus-size brands, including Lane Bryant. This affiliation provided Fashion Bug with resources and expertise that further strengthened its position in the market. However, the retail landscape began to change in the early 2010s as the plus-size apparel market became more competitive and consumer preferences evolved. Fashion Bug faced increasing pressure from both specialty, plus-size retailers and mainstream brands that expanded their size offerings. In early 2013, Charming Shops made the difficult decision to close the Fashion Bug brand, citing challenges in adapting to the changing market dynamics and the need to focus on its other plus-size retail brands. Casual Corner. Established in 1950 with the aim of attracting younger shoppers, Casual Corner initially focused on providing women with stylish and comfortable sportswear. The brand's early success led to its acquisition by the U.S. Shoe Corporation in 1970, at which point it had just 20 stores. Under U.S. Shoe's ownership, Casual Corner experienced rapid expansion, establishing a strong presence in shopping malls across the country. By the 1990s, Casual Corner had shifted its focus from sportswear to women's work attire, recognizing the growing demand for professional clothing as more women entered the workforce. This strategic adaptation proved successful, and Casual Corner became a go-to destination for women seeking stylish and affordable office wear. Under U.S. Shoe's guidance, Casual Corner became the foundation for a larger retail entity known as Women's Specialty Retailing Group. This group encompassed several other women's apparel brands, including August Max Woman, Petite Sophisticates, and other lesser-known labels, creating a diverse portfolio of clothing options for a wide range of women. At its peak, in 2000, Casual Corner operated over 525 stores, demonstrating its widespread appeal and success in catering to the fashion needs of women across the country. However, the retail landscape became increasingly competitive in the early 2000s, with the rise of fast fashion retailers and the growing popularity of online shopping. Casual Corner faced challenges in adapting to these changing dynamics, and its sales began to decline. In 2005, after attempts to revitalize the brand proved unsuccessful, all remaining Casual Corner locations were closed following the sale of the company to a liquidator. 5.7.9. Remember 5 to 7 to 9? If you were a teen or young woman in the mall era, you probably do. This store was the place for affordable fashion, targeting that 13 to 22 age range. It was a mall staple, but sadly, 5 to 7 to 9 went bankrupt in '99, and all the stores were liquidated. Poof, gone. KB Toys. Starting as a humble candy store named Kaufman Brothers in 1922, the company's destiny took an unexpected turn in 1946 when it acquired a wholesale toy company from a candy client who owed them money. This seemingly minor event proved pivotal, setting the stage for KB Toys' future success. By 1948, the Kaufman brothers made the bold decision to abandon the candy business entirely and focus solely on toys, recognizing the growing potential of the toy market. In 1973, the company further refined its strategy by shifting from wholesale distribution to a retail-focused model, establishing KB Toys as a mall-based toy store. This move proved to be a masterstroke, propelling the company to remarkable growth. KB Toys eventually expanded its footprint to over 1,300 stores across all 50 states, cementing its position as a leading toy retailer in the United States. Sadly, despite its remarkable journey, KB Toys faced financial difficulties and declining sales in the early 2000s, leading to bankruptcy in 2008 and the closure of all its stores by 2009. Sam Goody. The story of Sam Goody began in the 1940s, when Sam Goody himself opened a record store in New York City, setting the stage for the iconic chain's future success. Officially founded in 1951, Sam Goody became a haven for music lovers and entertainment enthusiasts, offering a vast selection of records, cassette tapes, CDs, VHS tapes, DVDs, video games, posters, comics, and more. Sam Goody stores were a vibrant hub of pop culture, reflecting the ever-evolving trends in music and entertainment. However, as technology advanced and digital media began to dominate the market, Sam Goody faced challenges in adapting to the changing landscape. The rise of online music streaming and digital downloads significantly impacted the demand for physical media, leaving Sam Goody struggling to compete. By 2012, most Sam Goody stores had been either closed or converted into other brands, such as FYE, for your entertainment. While the vast majority of Sam Goody locations have vanished, a glimmer of the brand's legacy remains. 2 Sam Goody stores continue to operate in the United States, one in Ohio and the other in Oregon, serving as a testament to the brand's enduring appeal and a reminder of its significant impact on the music and entertainment retail landscape. B. Dalton Bookseller. Founded in 1966, B. Dalton quickly rose to prominence, becoming one of the largest retailers of hardcover books in the United States, with a network of over 798 stores at its peak. Primarily located in shopping malls, B. Dalton became a familiar destination for book lovers, seeking a wide range of titles and a comfortable browsing experience. The chain's success positioned it as a direct competitor to Walden Books, another major player in the bookselling industry at the time. In 1987, B. Dalton was acquired by Barnes & Noble, a move that consolidated 2 of the largest bookselling forces in the country. Barnes & Noble continued to operate B. Dalton stores for over 2 decades, but the changing dynamics of the bookselling landscape eventually led to the decision to close all remaining B. Dalton locations in 2010. The rise of online booksellers and the growing popularity of e-readers contributed to the decline of traditional brick-and-mortar bookstores, including B. Dalton. Despite its closure, B. Dalton holds a cherished place in the memories of many who frequented its stores, appreciating the opportunity to explore new literary worlds and connect with fellow book enthusiasts. Please comment 1 to let me know you'll be watching this video until the end. Wet Seal. Wet Seal, a once popular clothing retailer that catered to the fashion sensibilities of young women, experienced a meteoric rise and a dramatic fall, reflecting the ever-changing dynamics of the fast fashion industry. Originally founded as Lorne's in 1962, the company underwent a rebranding in 1990, adopting the Wet Seal name and embracing a trendier, more youthful image. Wet Seal quickly gained traction with its target demographic, becoming a go-to destination for affordable and fashionable clothing that captured the spirit of the times. By 2014, Wet Seal had expanded to an impressive 478 stores across the United States, demonstrating its widespread appeal and success in capturing a significant share of the young women's apparel market. However, the retail landscape began to shift in the mid-2010s as fast fashion giants like Forever 21 and H&M gained prominence, offering even lower prices and a wider variety of styles. Wet Seal's sales began to falter as it struggled to compete in this increasingly competitive environment. In 2015, faced with mounting financial challenges and declining sales, Wet Seal filed for bankruptcy and was forced to close a significant number of its stores. 2 years later, in 2017, the remaining Wet Seal locations were shuttered, marking the end of the brand's physical presence in the retail landscape. However, Wet Seal did not disappear entirely. The brand transitioned to an online-only retailer, adapting to the changing dynamics of the industry and seeking to connect with its customer base through digital channels. Esprit. Founded in 1968, Esprit initially gained recognition for its women's clothing and accessories, later expanding its offerings to include men's and children's apparel as well. The brand's signature sportswear line became a cultural phenomenon in the 1980s, resonating particularly well with teenagers who embraced Esprit's vibrant designs and comfortable styles. Esprit's popularity extended beyond the United States, and the brand established a strong presence in international markets, particularly in Asia, where it continues to thrive today. However, in the early 2010s, Esprit faced challenges in the North American market as competition intensified and consumer preferences evolved. In February 2012, the company announced a strategic decision to close all of its retail stores in North America, acknowledging that it was no longer competitive in the region. Despite this setback, Esprit maintained its global operations and continued to cater to its loyal customer base in other parts of the world. In a surprising turn of events, Esprit reopened a few stores in Canada in 2015, signaling a potential renewed interest in the North American market. While the brand's presence in the region remains limited, Esprit's global operations, particularly in Asia, continue to flourish. In addition to its physical stores, Esprit has embraced the digital age by establishing a robust online store, allowing it to reach a wider audience and offer its products to customers who prefer the convenience of e-commerce. Deb Shops. Deb Shops, a once ubiquitous presence in shopping malls across the United States, held a prominent position in the women's clothing retail landscape, particularly among teenagers and young adults in their 20s. Known for its exceptional customer service and keen ability to stay abreast of the latest fashion trends, Deb Shops became a go-to destination for young women seeking affordable and stylish apparel. The company's commitment to providing a positive shopping experience and its dedication to keeping its merchandise fresh and relevant contributed significantly to its early success. In a strategic move that showcased its ambition and diversification efforts, Deb Shops acquired Atlantic Bookstores in 1995, expanding its operations into the bookselling market in several northeastern states. However, this venture proved to be short-lived, as Deb Shops ultimately decided to divest itself of the bookstores to focus on its core apparel business. One of Deb Shops' notable strengths was its ability to utilize its own capital to fund the opening of new stores, a testament to its sound financial management and strategic growth strategy. This approach allowed the company to expand rapidly and establish a strong presence in numerous shopping malls. However, the retail landscape began to shift dramatically in the 2000s, with the rise of fast fashion retailers and the increasing popularity of online shopping. Deb Shops faced growing competition and struggled to adapt to these changing dynamics. In 2011, the company's parent company, Lee Equity Partners, filed for bankruptcy, marking the beginning of a challenging period for Deb Shops. Despite efforts to restructure and revitalize the brand, a second bankruptcy filing followed in 2014, ultimately leading to the closure of all Deb Shops stores in 2015. In an attempt to adapt to the evolving retail landscape, Deb Shops transitioned to an online-only retailer, focusing on plus-size clothing. However, This venture also faced difficulties, and the website abruptly shut down in December 2018. The Deb Shop's name was subsequently acquired by a new company, which relaunched the website with a focus on plus-size apparel and a slightly modified name, Deb Shops. Wilson's Leather. Based in Minneapolis, Wilson's Leather reached its peak in 2002, boasting an impressive network of 763 stores across the United States and Canada. The brand's popularity stemmed from its reputation for offering high-quality leather goods at affordable prices, catering to a wide range of consumers seeking stylish and durable outerwear and accessories. However, the retail landscape began to change in the early 2000s, with increased competition from other apparel retailers and the rise of e-commerce. Recognizing the need to adapt, Wilson's Leather began scaling down its operations in 2003 and 2004, closing dozens of underperforming stores in an effort to streamline its business and improve profitability. Despite these efforts, the company faced continued challenges, and in 2008, it announced a major restructuring plan that involved liquidating all of its mall-based stores. This decision marked a significant shift in Wilson's Leather's business model, as it moved away from a traditional brick-and-mortar presence and focused on developing its online retail platform. Despite the 2008 announcement, some Wilson's Leather stores remained in operation, likely through franchise agreements or other arrangements. However, in 2020, the company announced another round of store closures, affecting 110 locations managed by Wilson's Leather. However, the brand continues to maintain an active online store, offering a wide selection of leather jackets, handbags, and other accessories to customers across the country. Structure. Structure, a men's clothing store chain that carved out a niche in the retail landscape, experienced a fascinating journey marked by both independence and integration with other prominent brands. Initially established as part of Express, under the umbrella of The Limited, Structure emerged as its own standalone entity in 1989, catering specifically to the fashion needs of men. The brand quickly gained traction with its focus on contemporary styles and affordable prices, appealing to a wide range of male consumers seeking trendy apparel. However, the retail landscape shifted in the early 2000s, and in 2001, Structure was reintegrated into Express, becoming Express Men. This move reflected a broader trend of consolidating brands within larger retail organizations to streamline operations and leverage synergies. Despite its reintegration into Express, the Structure brand retained some value, and in 2003, it was sold to Sears for less than $10 million. This acquisition allowed Sears to expand its men's apparel offerings and potentially attract a younger demographic that had been loyal to the Structure brand. Thom McAn. Thom McAn, a once dominant force in the American footwear scene, boasted a massive network of over 1,400 stores during its heyday in the 1960s. A familiar sight in malls across the nation, Thom McAn was a household name, synonymous with affordable and dependable shoes. Its longevity and widespread presence solidified its position as a leading shoe retailer for generations. However, the retail landscape shifted, and despite its strong legacy, Thom McAn couldn't withstand the changing tides. By 1996, the company made the difficult decision to shutter all of its standalone stores, marking the end of an era. Interestingly, though, the brand hasn't completely vanished. For those who appreciate a bit of nostalgia or are seeking out a classic style, Thom McAn shoes can still be found tucked away in the corners of select Sears and Kmart stores. This limited availability adds a touch of exclusivity to the brand, appealing to those who appreciate its history and enduring appeal. The jobs of yesteryear may be gone, but their stories offer a valuable glimpse into the past and a deeper appreciation for the human element in our increasingly automated world. Did we miss any forgotten professions? Share your memories in the comments below. If you enjoyed this nostalgic journey, be sure to subscribe and share this video with fellow history buffs. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep those memories alive.